Welcome back to another episode.
We're here. I am very close today. I don't know what's going on with my camera, but
Hello.
And I watched a thing that said you're not supposed to be this close because this is like invading personal space close, like close talker close. That you're supposed to be like way back so people can see your hands.
What?
Yeah. I was like, I feel like maybe no. But I am in my cocktail shirt, Caitlin.
I love it.
All right, we'll talk more about it later because we got to get this intro needs to be tight. We're going to go tight. So
it's like Zach doesn't even know me.
Doing HubSpot updates we're excited about in Q1. So some of these happened in Q4, but they're things that are happening or happened now. This might become a quarterly thing, I'm told. So that's exciting.
Okay.
Caitlin has 3 and I have 3, so we'll get to those in a minute. But if you want to know what we're jazzed about in HubSpot, and a couple of them I didn't even know existed until this morning. All right, so then we're going to do a blue Hawaii. So some people love blue Curaçao and some people just want to vomit like Caitlin when they hear the words.
What?
I do know that Megan, who will be on our podcast next week, loves blue Curaçao because we were talking about this drink when she was working on the art for it. The blue Hawaii was invented by Harry Yee, who is the Hilton Hawaiian Village head bartender in 1957. It used to be the Kaiser Hawaiian Village in Waikiki. I've stayed at the Hilton Hawaiian Village. It's actually, I don't really love Waikiki.
Cute.
Waikiki is it's a big city with a beach is what it is. And I'm like, I had that in Chicago, but Chicago was colder. But I like Maui better than Oahu, but still the drink came from there. And that's why it's a blue Hawaii, because it's blue and it's from Hawaii.
What a naming convention, if I've ever heard one.
And so this one, Dutch distiller Bols, Bols, you've probably seen them on I think they make a creme de cacao, if I remember correctly. I've seen that bottle. They asked him to design a drink that featured their blue color of Curaçao liqueur. Because again, it was a distributor who's like, hey, we got all this product. Can you figure out how the hell we sell it to people in a cocktail? And Harry Yee said, hell yeah, I'll make a blue Hawaii, and probably didn't even know what he was going to do. He just knew it was going to be blue because when you put blue Curaçao in anything, it becomes blue.
And it's the same color both ways, just like in and out.
Oh, you had a bad experience with
others have. No,
okay.
I don't typically like sunscreen flavored things like pineapple rum or like Malibu, but it just doesn't.
I'm good with it. Oh my goodness, I don't know what's going on here. Sorry about that. That is the first. I'm amazed it's the first time that's happened, and I'm guessing you could hear that, right? Like the dog's barking. Yeah. Oh, there's the little one. We're getting an Amazon package, so that's very exciting. But I think everybody's going to calm down now. I've got one behind me, making sure the Amazon driver gets back in his truck and drives away because dangerous.
You go away, sir.
What's funny is if the Amazon driver drops it at the front door, we get that. If they go to the garage and actually put it in the garage, nobody cares. All right. So, Caitlin, what is in this drink that you will never have?
Yes, it's 3/4 of an ounce of vodka, 3/4 of an ounce of light rum, 1/2 ounce of blue Curaçao, which is just enough to make it blue, 3 ounces of pineapple juice, 1 ounce of sweet and sour mix. You could also use like lime juice in that, in place of that. If you have lime juice as opposed to sweet and sour mix, which is how it goes at my house. And then you're going to garnish with a pineapple wedge and a little cocktail umbrella. I think we're going to be on a little tiki kick coming up here, aren't we?
We are kind of. I feel like we're in that row. And I think that maybe Zach wishing for summer is pushing us into a tiki kick.
Oh, that actually makes sense. Yeah, so add your vodka, your rum, blue Curaçao, pineapple juice, and your sweet and sour or lime juice into a shaker with ice and shake until well chilled. Or if you want to blend this, it could also be a little slushy, like a little 7-Eleven scenario. I want to put it in one of those like
ninja slushy machines.
Yeah.
Just have it on tap at the office.
Yes. Blend all of your ingredients with ice in a blender. Strain into a hurricane glass over crushed or pebble ice, or just pour the mixture from the from the blender into the glass, no ice. Garnish with your pineapple wedge, which doubles as a snack, and a cocktail umbrella. A bonus, like cocktail garnish is like the leaves of the pineapple crown.
Oh
Those
yeah,
can also be very
I've seen
cute.
those.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. And that recipe comes to us from liqueur.com.
Yeah. So the blue Hawaii,
Yeah.
blue.
Love
Oh, that's
Hawaii.
Blue Velvet. That's
Not
not
so
the right
much.
song.
You're also maybe
Um,
thinking of like Blue Christmas?
yeah, there's that one too.
Blue.
I feel like there was a song Blue Hawaii. I don't know,
Probably.
maybe.
Maybe a movie? Blue Hawaii 5-0. I don't know.
That's two things mashed up together.
It's the Jeopardy
Like
connections.
yeah, like Jackknife January, right, Caitlin? You can't
I
mesh
don't
that one
know.
together, though it doesn't work.
No. Why
Um,
would you bring that up and make me want to say it out loud again?
because it was
Rude.
fun. All right, we'll have more about Jackknife January, and not really. We'll
We
just
will
have a
not
bunch
have
of
any
stuff
more about Jack
about
January again.
HubSpot features,
Oh my
Q1 features
God.
we've loved with HubSpot when we come back. Okay, we're back. At first, I thought we were doing a new episode, but we did that intro already. So it's just been gone for so long off screen.
Do you know what is better to me than planning meals, which is what we talked about on the break?
Meal planning sucks. Adulting
It's
is
the
horrible.
worst. If HubSpot
Like,
could meal plan for me,
that's what their AI needs to do. I bet AI could, but you know what? You can't trust
can I
AI
tell
with
you?
food. You'll get like,
Yes, you can, as long as you fact check it. So over the weekend, very quickly, because I'm trying to get more protein and fiber,
yep,
I
everybody
asked
should do both.
GPT to write me a meal plan that was vegetarian, focused on high protein, high fiber, and had like a variety of different options. And it wrote me a recipe for vegan shepherd's pie that was fantastic. It was so good. And then at the end of it, so like I got a couple options that I didn't like. So I was like, oh, replace these two things with something different. And then at the end, I said, write me a grocery list for this.
Oh wow!
Bingo. It was so easy.
We're doing Home Chef, which is owned by Kroger, which is like a whole bunch of true supermarket chains. But the nice thing about it is you get all the recipes, and you can do the same thing in the app. You can say, add all this stuff to my grocery list, and it'll just do it. But they send you all the ingredients, and you make them yourselves. We tried like the pre-made things that you just reheat, and they just work
Like the
great.
factor ones, or
Yeah, like that. It was
Okay.
the celebrity meal ones. I don't remember what those are called.
I don't know
But
either.
anyway, I found, oh my gosh, I can't find it now. I found a
Uh-oh.
book for you that I wanted to get. It was a cookbook, and I thought of you and Whitney because it was all vegetarian, but it was Native American, North American, native plant vegetarian meals that you can make today.
Was it by the sous chef?
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
SIOUX?
Yes. It's so cool. Yeah.
So aneway,
Um,
that is on my mind to get for you. I was going to make it a surprise. It's not a surprise now, but I will get it and get it for
Surprise!
you.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. But we need to talk about
HubSpot can't meal plan for you,
HubSpot.
but what can it do for us now? Do you want to
So
go
we're going to give you
first?
6 new things that HubSpot is able to do this quarter, or as of this quarter.
Yes.
Um,
As of this recording, these features are live.
So my one that I'm most excited about, I think, is they've got an objects library now because they've added
Yes.
4 new objects you can turn on. So if you remember, objects are things like contacts, companies, deals, etc. And you used to be able to make
Yes.
custom objects for many of those. HubSpot has reduced the number of custom objects you need because they've made listings, courses, appointments, and services. So
Yes.
listings, think like Airbnb or real estate, great real estate cases. Courses, obviously, you could, there's not a
Education,
full
yep.
LMS there, but you can start to build one. There is an add-on you can do that's an LMS.
Yes.
Appointments, I know a lot of people use like Square or Squarespace because they have an appointment thing for like my barber uses Square. HubSpot has appointments now. And then services differentiated from products are like services that you offer. And all of those
Those are available on all levels too.
Yes.
It's not
yes.
limited to pro or enterprise.
You're
You
on
can have
starter,
that in
you
the
got
starter
'em.
suite. Yeah.
All of them also have templates for specific industries. Now, there's not a lot of templates, but if you need listings for a real estate agent, the template is there and it creates all the properties you need. If you need appointments for, I don't even know. I don't know if hair salon is in there or whatever, but there's something that's similar. And they even say like, just use one of these and it's going to get you most of the way there and then make more.
One of the use cases that I have found, and this is in a volunteer capacity, we're using appointments to track meeting attendance for one of the volunteer organizations that I do a lot of work for. And so we're kind of starting to keep track of like who are our most engaged members, how often are they coming, when are they volunteering, like how do we start to quantify the activities that our membership is completing. And it was super easy to set up.
Yep.
Yes.
Healthcare is one of the appointments that they've got in there and it's grayed out if you do not have their
PII,
their new privacy, because they've got
Yes.
HIPAA privacy, which is not on my list for things. But yeah, so sales objects, I like them. You don't have to have enterprise to do custom objects for those things.
Yes.
And it really opens up. We've had a lot of realtors who really wanted to use HubSpot, but they're just like, the MLS doesn't integrate, none of this integrates. And it's like, well, now you can do some things with these listings. Or if you've got rentals. If you were a small business and had 10 rentals, use listings and appointments. Appointments to schedule viewing, use listings.
Yes.
All right, so that's my number one, Caitlin. I will defer to you for your first one.
My full list is quite simple, if we're being honest. It's like down and dirty, easy stuff that everyone can use at all of the tiers, because that's a priority for me as we talk about managing nonprofits, smaller organizations who don't have, $800 a month or whatever it is.
Yeah, 8 or 9. I mean, marketing plus or HubSpot for marketers with marketing and content is like 1,000 now, I think.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah. So my first one is something that I'm really excited about and something that I've already used in the last like 2 weeks. Since being, since being released. View form submissions on iOS. So there is an asterisk that it's only available on iOS. It is coming for the Android marketplace, but mobile users of the HubSpot app can now see form submissions that come from a website related to contacts, and they can see and interact with that information, making it so much easier and faster to respond to leads in real time.
So I love this one, Caitlin, because one of my biggest pet peeves is like on the weekend, obviously I'm a business owner, so I have my phone with me and I'll get a contact form was submitted and I want to know okay, is this going to be a $20,000 client, or is this just somebody trying to sell us AI services for agents or whatever?
Every time.
And every time I tap the notification and it opens the HubSpot app, it's just like, oh, I'm sorry, you can't see this. Please use the web. And I'm like, I'm on the phone. I don't want to use the web.
Yeah, I'm not. Don't make me do it.
That experience is better. I can see it.
Yes.
All right. I love that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so my next ones are, you do have to have, I think, at least Pro or a certain hub.
That's okay.
So, I'm sorry.
You're the fancier one of the two of us.
Well, I dive into a lot of these pretty deeply.
Yeah.
And this one I was just demoing for somebody this morning and found so many features I didn't know existed. We're going to start using it ourselves.
Tell me.
The sales workspace, Caitlin.
Oh, okay.
So it was the prospecting workspace. They've turned it into the sales workspace.
Okay.
Just launched to everyone on January 20th.
Wow.
So very fresh. And you couldn't actually get in the beta. I tried to get it in the beta a few days before that, and the beta's not there because it's launching. So there's this window where, no more betas. But the sales workspace is really where your salespeople would live. Like everything you need to do is in there. You can view contact records. You can change meetings. You can schedule meetings. You can do sequences. You can see who's in a sequence. I changed a deal status this morning for a deal that closed this morning, and I was demonstrating our sales workspace, and I'm like, oh, here's where your deals are. And I'm like,
is this
that
why
one
I was
closed
getting
this
all
morning.
Of these deals have been closed notifications?
Yes, I was cleaning it up, but it was right there, and it's just this list. So the other thing that it does, and I'm thinking about when we do our onboarding, since we do so many, I hate following up. I'm terrible at following up and sending a recording link.
That reminds me that I need to call somebody.
One, the meeting is in there because our Zoom is integrated. So your meetings are all there that you've just had that you haven't put a status on. So you need to put a status on them. On the right-hand side, you can click and AI will summarize the meeting for you, even from Zoom, and give you the summary. Now, it doesn't have the link. You have to click. You can click through one click to go get the link. You can watch the video from there as well.
I won't be doing that.
It. No, I don't do that either. I would only download transcripts if I were the client.
Yeah.
And you can also, the other thing that it doesn't do is the Zoom meeting summary won't pull in. If you had a phone call with a client and you used HubSpot's calling, the AI would give you your summary and next steps, and it would be right there in the sales workspace.
Gorgeous.
So it's these things that you need to do. So I went through and I marked all these meetings completed and I put notes on one, but this email, when you click it, it just pops up and says, email this client a follow-up after this meeting. So I don't have to go hunt through my email. I hunt through my email looking for the Zoom thing so that I can grab it and blah, blah, blah. No more. Done.
Gorgeous.
Sales workspace.
I love that.
It is
I love that.
very fun.
Well, and I think the big benefit to that too is like we talk a lot about how HubSpot can do all the things, right? And that's important for us as marketers and as salespeople, because when we're helping our clients or ourselves, we're kind of playing both of those parts, right? But this streamlines and simplifies for people with a more dedicated role, so they don't need to know everything in HubSpot and how to find every single object and every single task. That putting all of that in a single specific place where it's easy to navigate and understand is going to be really, really significant for a lot of people.
And as an add-on to this, they also have the help desk workspace, which is, it takes tickets and inbox and all that and puts them together. And in beta, you've got to go dig through it in product updates. But you can find the beta of client success or customer success workspace, which is about keeping your existing customers happy. That one's brand new and doesn't have a lot of features. Like, it doesn't even filter by customer. Like, you'd think it would just show you people in life cycle stage customer. It doesn't. It just shows you everybody. So you got to filter that on your own.
Yeah.
I think it will eventually. And I think I'll be curious to see if they make a customer object like they have a lead object now. So you actually have it as its own thing. All right. I'm getting into other things. I need to stop. I'm all over the place. This is going to go off the rails. Your turn.
My second option, or second most exciting HubSpot update, is a deeper Canva integration. And I'm going to need our design team to just plug their ears while I talk about this, because
you can use Canva appropriately.
Yes, Canva is sometimes a dirty word, but this deeper integration will allow you to add Canva Pro elements to your designs, so you can get things up and running more quickly. And we all know that in an intention industry and economy, that's really, really important. So you can comment and share Canva designs with your HubSpot team, and then you can find things created within HubSpot in your Canva homepage, so you can design right within HubSpot. It's very slick.
Nice. I know they also have an Adobe Express integration that's similar, but it doesn't sound like it's as deep as the Canva one, though. So that's neat.
So previously, what was really helpful, and this is obviously still a capability, is you can save directly from Canva into HubSpot. So like, I have some templates and things that I use pretty frequently, and then when I want to push them out either via email or on a website, you can just save right into your HubSpot instance, into your files, and it's really, really quick and easy, rather than, the download and then the sizing and then the upload. It's like, oh, this didn't work, so I just like resave over the top. It's really, really seamless. But again, available on all tiers for everybody, and just requires, obviously, a Canva Pro subscription. So good stuff.
Nice. All right, so my last one is a love-hate. So everybody knows I am a premature adopter, as the phrase was coined by Modern Family. Thank you, Phil Dunphy, and brilliant, brilliant character. And the writers, I guess. So I will do an alpha.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not an early adopter. I am before early adopter. It is not ready for anyone to touch it. I want to be in that alpha or that beta or that private beta. So we've been playing with podcasts in HubSpot for a while.
Yes.
And the podcast is in beta. It is being developed. I've talked to the product team, and they have a great roadmap. It's very exciting. Can't share anything that I talked to them about because it's not public.
Heard it here first.
And there's so much that's coming. But the thing they just rolled out is much needed. You used to be, when you published a podcast, it was published like right then, and you're going to push it out to your services, like whatever.
Yeah.
Now ours go out on Thursday mornings at like 5 a.m. I think. So that's when ours release, because then they're there for anybody who's driving or whatever, and we don't have to worry about like any weird stuff. Also, if it screws up, we got time to pull it down and like fix it. You can now schedule publishing for podcasts. So moving forward from today, you can do a podcast and schedule it, and HubSpot does have the integration with all the services. Now, the biggest caveat is in every other part of HubSpot, you can backdate things. So if I create a blog post, but I'm like, oh, like this was really from 2 weeks ago, I just put the wrong date on it, I can backdate it. Not so in the scheduling, the publishing for podcasts. All the backdates are grayed out. You can only go forward. I do believe, and I have no information on this, but that backdating will come simply because that's a core function in HubSpot.
I was going to say that's super common for blog posts, like to update the tags or change. The
other thing that I think, and I think that's kind of the tool they're using to kind of mirror it.
Has to be,
and so the other thing that I'm hoping will come is import. Like, can we import all of ours from Buzzsprout with the backdate so that we've got them there, and we've got the history, so then we can embed in web pages inside HubSpot, embedded landing pages. We can then start using HubSpot to push things out for us as well. So, but scheduled publishing. So if you wanted to start a new podcast today, have Content Hub. You do need Content Hub Pro to have podcasts, and you can start it and schedule them right now.
Beautiful. I love anything. I was just telling one of our clients this, that like they have asked about some HubSpot capability for some other things, and it's something they're doing outside of HubSpot right now, but we're pretty sure we can pull into HubSpot either at their current subscription or with a pretty nominal increase. And I'm such a proponent of that because it helps people have a better understanding of how the tool functions, and you don't have to have 14 tabs open. You've got all of your information. You can start to see some of those cross-pollination opportunities between your contacts and popular website pages and your content, right? Like who's interacting with what, and it's all in one spot instead of having to be in tons of disparate systems. So this is also, if it saves you money in the long run by being able to jettison another, if we can get rid of a Buzzsprout subscription, like that's a pretty significant savings for a small business.
We love you, Buzzsprout. You're wonderful. But
however,
I think that it goes back to kind of my mantra, and I know you've heard me say this, and I know that sometimes it gets painful, but we need as many software things as are necessary, but as few as possible. So if we can consolidate something without sacrificing much, because not everything is feature parity, and I'm sure HubSpot's podcast, especially right now, I mean, it's in beta. It does not do everything that Buzzsprout does. Zach would be willing to tell you all the things that it does not do that Buzzsprout does.
That's a deep cut. This is a CTA After Dark.
It is. CTA After Dark. But yeah, I agree with you 100%. And I'm really excited to watch. Like, I get frustrated because I'm like, oh, this tool's in like private beta, but it won't do this. I'm great at giving you feedback, though. I will tell you all the things that I want it to do that it won't. And
you are a great beta tester.
I am. Every time I've done that with the podcast tool, the HubSpot team has been like, yes, it's on the roadmap. It's on the roadmap. We can't get there. And so right now it's getting to the point where I think it's usable. It's not for a podcast that has a bunch of old episodes you want to bring in, because those would all come in as of today, or you could schedule them for a future date, which is really confusing. You would want to bring them in the past
and
for the history.
Pre-date, post-date.
Backdate.
Chronological. There you go. That's beautiful. Okay.
Yes.
This last one for me is it's something you only need to do once, but if you have to do it one time and it's a pain, you will really appreciate this. So previously, HubSpot's domain connection supported like 2 or 3 external DNS providers. Like they had a GoDaddy and the one that's orange. I don't know. I don't remember.
Is it Network Solutions? Or
no.
Namecheap?
Cloudflare, maybe.
Cloudflare, right.
Yes. Okay. I'm like, I don't know. It's orange. Now they have over 40 domain providers that they will allow you. Yes. So rather than you having to go in and create your A records and your C name records, and this is getting really technical and nitty gritty, all you need to do is just have the login information for your domain provider and your login information and appropriate permissions within HubSpot, and the integration will create those records in the right place with the right names all for you. So you don't have to worry about uptime or am I going to kill my whole website if I do this wrong? So really, really good stuff. And we come across that a lot when we're doing our PSO onboardings, where we're helping guide people who are probably more on the marketing side or the sales side, but they want that deeper integration, or they want to publish a landing page, or they want, have a scheduling subdomain, those types of things, and not tech people. So this is going to be really helpful for marketers to get up and running.
So now you can just be like, okay, who has access to your registrar? And then you explain what a registrar is, because some people don't know, like where your domain was purchased, where it is, like a GoDaddy or a Namecheap or a Network Solutions or a Cloudflare or whatever. And you say, okay, have them on the call next week and we will do this together.
Yes.
And away it goes. Super cool. Like we use Namecheap instead of GoDaddy for a lot of reasons.
And that's one of the ones that's supported newly.
Is it?
Yes,
nice.
Because I went and looked I was like, is it in here? Is it in here? Yeah. So
because that's one I always recommend when people ask. I'm like, just use Namecheap. Like it's just so much easier, and way less hacky.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I think we've done an episode. That was 6 new things, and I learned a few things about them. There were a whole bunch I couldn't put in.
There's so many,
But you can go, if you go to the little menu in the upper right, which is where your little picture will be and your brand name in HubSpot, and click that and come down to product updates, you can see everything. You'll see new to me, which are things that are new since the last time you looked at product updates. You can see you can see beta, you can see live. There's actually a go live, like what's going live in the near future, little mini calendar by week. But it's a great place to jump into a beta or find something that there's the level at which they are rolling out features is insane.
Yeah.
So
sometimes it's hard to keep up, but in order to do so, you can also follow along on our Antidote 71 blog, where we talk about some of our other favorite product updates as well. So if you're not ready to dive into the full list, we keep kind of a running highlight of some of our favorites on antidote71.com.
Yep,
News,
and you
resources,
can actually
what's it called? I should know that.
Get to that particular list of them at it's just antidote71.com/HubSpot updates, I believe, or HubSpot-updates. Maybe not. No, it's not. I'm sorry. I don't know the URL. You can get there in the URL that Zach will put in the comments. He'll link to it. But you can get the whole blog, or you can get just the HubSpot update specific stuff. Yeah. And you can sign up for that newsletter, and we'll send you an email every month that has 8 to 10 things that we think everybody needs to know about that happened that month.
Yeah.
All right.
Really good stuff. Thank you
episode.
For listening. Always.
Oh, you're
always,
welcome.
always.
Oh, not me.
You too. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, I try.
If you have a question you'd like to send our way, or a product update you'd like to share about that you're excited about, you can head to ctapodcast.live to shoot us an email. You can also leave us a voice message on our hotline at 402-718-9971. Tell us about the feature you're most excited about. Your question or comment will make it into a future episode, and we would love to hear from you.
Absolutely. And speaking of hearing from us, which is not really what you said, but I'm going to just use that as a transition anyway.
Terrible segue.
We will be back next week with zombie, whatever.
You have to sing it.
Zombie is going to be the drink, and we'll talk. So you're right. We're on a tiki kick. So that's 2
I told
in a row.
you.
How many more tiki drinks will there be? And it's the consequences of a weak brand. And it's not just going to be Caitlin and I yammering at you. Our wonderful friend Megan from our graphic design department is going to be here, and she has done a lot of brand work, and she's studied a lot with brands.
She
learned a little bit about brands from me too. I was one of her professors once. So she'll talk about weak brands and how to know if you have a weak brand and what to do to fix it, because you should fix it.
We can help with that.
All right. But in the meantime,
see you then.
Enjoy it. Take a drink. Bye-bye.
Thackeray. Oh,
I am
thanks.
actually legitimately excited about some of this stuff, so it is not hard.
Yeah.
I mean, not as much as